and tech, and a lot of people don't know how to feel about it. They're like, "Is this good or is this not?" And our goal is to collectively prove that a tool is a tool and it's really what you use it for. And there are ways that these tools can be so productive for us, and our lives as Caribbean people. Because right now, unfortunately, as it has always been, everything about every decision we make is always someone from outside, something else. So yeah, we got to take control of our own thing, um, get the economy back into the Caribbean because everything just goes outside, like Lily was just touching on. So yeah, that's why I'm here. And yeah, I just want to work with all the other like-minded people like Anya and Lily who are really passionate about this. And yeah, I cannot wait to meet you guys. And that's it for me. Your turn, Anya.
Um, well, it's always wonderful to be with Chantel and Lily. We got to see each other not that long ago, actually. So it's so nice to be
Yeah.
together and together with all of you. Like Chantel said, my name is Anya Yangshi. I'm a fashion designer and social innovator and lover of new tech that can break boundaries and like Chantal and Lily said, sort of liberate us into the potential that we have as Caribbean people that has been latent for too long. And it's really time to take ownership of what we contribute globally and participate economically in the multi-billion dollar, multi-trillion dollar industries that we know we contribute to in very unseen ways, too many unseen ways. I think Chantal and I have had the privilege of participating more globally, but I think, we don't want to be anomalies in the story of the Caribbean. We want to be one of many. We want to continue to participate ourselves. But more than anything, I think we want to continue to participate in how we democratize access to global markets and how we democratize access to opportunity in a way that does not have such a heavy lift and massive barriers to entry, because so much of our energy, our creative energy, goes into fighting it down. And we want to be putting it more and more into what we're great at, what we give to the world with ease, and what we with the contributions that we just naturally have. But the more and more we can use this technology to activate the access and have ownership over the outcome is what we're all here to do. So super, super excited to participate with Future Caribbean and with all of you, especially. I love that we have this track. So thank you, Lily, for creating it, for creating this platform, for creating this space.
Yeah.
We can't wait for what we get to do tonight.
I'm so excited about this track too because I was so happy that it was included. Because at first I was like, are they even gonna think about us? Because we're always like an afterthought. A lot of people still don't value the arts. Even though, yeah, we can
Well,
see.
they value it in my participatory,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we never add the
hmm
industrial in the conversation at this stage. It's really
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. And another reason why I feel like creative people should just be included across the board. Like we literally think so differently. We
Yeah.
approach problem solving so differently. So, even if someone maybe is in the arts and did submit um to Future Caribbean Build-a-thon, as the groups get put together, I can literally see people crossing over and creative people going and hey, saying, "Hey, I have this cool idea for the agriculture thing too." Like, what
Yeah.
you know, what I mean, did you think about it this way? And so, yeah, I'm really excited that we are involved in this whole movement. And yeah, I've seen some of the ideas. They're so good and so necessary too. I saw some really dope fashion ones that I literally was like, Lily, Anya needs to be on this one ASAP. Like, yeah, there's some really dope ideas, man. So yeah, I'm
Amazing.
excited to meet everyone.
So does anybody want to introduce themselves while we wait for Lily's go ahead?
Yeah, I actually don't even know how, because I don't know
Yeah,
if we
you
have,
guys can yeah, I'm still
So
struggling
how
to
do we
because
get
I
do
don't
that?
think we have mod capabilities. So I still think you probably have to
Oh,
give
right.
everyone the stage. Yeah.
Oh, I'm on the stage. Okay.
Hi, Ethan. I
First
see
of
you.
all,
hmm
is okay, you're on mute. You're on mute. Hold on. Hey, Ethan. Can you
Hi,
hear
Anya, Chantel.
Hi guys.
It's so good to see you all. Yeah, I honestly did not know that I could have done that, and I'm not trying to take over the whole thing.
Just
But yeah,
hijack.
for those that don't know me, Ethan, I've been working in the event creative space for the last 20 years, across Dubai, Geneva, and Bali now. Um, we are building Cryptopia, the infrastructure for the creative industry. So we're pretty excited about that. Um, yeah, I want to give this space to more people. I just wanted to say hi.
Hey,
But
hey,
yeah,
hey.
I don't know how do you
Mhm.
go back now?
What Ethan is building is a pretty good idea too, because there's so much talent in the region, and there are people who often do want specifically Caribbean talent, but they don't know like where do you go? Like how do you find all the people in like one place? Kind of like IMDb, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I gather is his idea of what he's building, a place where not only everyone can have their profile and all their accomplishments, but there's also like a social element where you can interact with each other as creatives and find each other there as well. But I would let him get into more details if we get to that during this. But yeah, it was a pretty good idea because yeah, everything is pretty fragmented. And I know there are kind of maybe like two or three major platforms that are focused on yeah, like Caribbean talent, but again, it's all over the place. And it probably is this thing where like this company has the talent that comes through this group and this one has the talent that comes through this group and it's all split and separated, and I don't think that they have implemented AI into any of their platforms as well, so it could be something that could be very useful, you know, for the whole Caribbean creative community from what I gather.
Yes, sounds like that. And somebody just made a comment, and then it seems as though there are a couple of his team also in the call, but based in Japan. So I don't know if
Oh, see.
we wanna.
I
Yeah,
just
no way.
Thrive. Are you there? Can you hear me? Someone just asked for the mic and okay.
I think it was Ethan.
No, I was letting Noe come and say hi. We were based in Asia, so he's actually in Japan now.
Mm.
Apparently the connection is bad, but if he could, that would be great. He's my CTO, and we're doing a lot right now just to complete this billeton, and we're excited because the timing actually could not be better. In terms of my whole rebrand, and then having the new team, and then the billeton with that timeline that we have to, achieve. I think, and Chantel, you hit the nail on the head. Thank you very much. um, but it's also like a lot of people, especially with the use of AI in the creative space, needs that verification that I did this work. I worked with this person, and that's also what we're doing. It's having that verified passport, similar to what IMDb has for film, but we're doing it for fashion, for everything else. And the stronger your passport, the stronger you could get scouted for opportunities across the world. So literally daily, our executive producer, our AI executive producer, will be searching the web for opportunities based on that passport. But then it doesn't stop there, because a lot of people work by themselves and they don't have a team. So they also don't want to work with or use platforms that are more operational in a business space, like Slack, Notion. So basically, with our studio space, it changes based on the projects that you're working on. So if you're doing an event, the information that you see in your workspace will be different from a music video, because as creatives, I know for myself, less is more, and we think differently from a logical person. Let's less less sheets and logs and all these other stuff. But then also it helps people get paid and handle their projects with their team, their clients. But yeah, hi Noe. Oh, no.
Hi there. Can you hear me, Chantal and Anya?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
So I'm the CTO. Gonna be really brief because the connection in Japan, unfortunately, is so low. So I hope you can see me and hear me clearly. And
That's so
yeah,
shocking. Japan.
this
I know.
I thought it was the opposite.
yeah, we came to Japan with our backend engineer who's now like on standby, but it's also a really good experience. And as it can say, like I think Critopia get the vision we need now. It's kind of like LinkedIn for artists, as I can say, where you can like create a passport based on your research and your claiming. So when I heard this idea from Ethan, I was pretty interesting, and I think all the team from all around the world is passionate about the project. So we're really excited to introduce you to Critopia, as I say.
So
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you so much.
Go
Thank
to
you.
my, yeah, thank you to have us. Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
And anybody else want to present? Like introduce yourselves, please. The whole point of this is like collaborative. Please don't be shy. It's not a time to be shy. We have to,
Want to meet you guys.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we could bring up I guess D'Souza, because he says he wants to introduce himself. As I saw your platform. Yeah, I did see that on my dashboard, Carib Lime. I thought it was interesting too. So yeah, he should probably come and talk about that. Trying to look at the chat and see what else is in there.
Are there any builders in the chat that are building in the arts track? We're really particularly wanting to see the arts track builders. So we just had one set of builders come online and introduce yourselves. So please, anybody else who's building in the arts track, this is a great time to get, in front of the community and in front of the judges. So it's very helpful when you come forward and explain. Otherwise, yeah, so please. No?
I think you should, if you definitely if you submit it, because you gotta stand 10 toes on your idea, and you gotta get to know the other builders. Like, you know what I mean? You never know who's gonna be able to come in and help you take your dream to like the next level. And yes, you did a pitch. Yes, you wrote your whole thing. We did a lot of reading and we watched a million different pitches, but we all know that you cannot convey everything that you want to just from you have time constraints in a pitch. You feel you have to present yourself in a certain way. This is more casual now. Just come talk to us and just share, so we could get to know each other too. Because sometimes as like builders, especially when we are from the Caribbean, like we often feel like so isolated. We think we're the only one, or we only know like 3 other people who also do the same thing. So I think that we should get to know each other. There's a lot more of us than you guys think. And this build-a-thon is already showing that, because I still cannot believe how many submissions it was. And it shows that, yeah, a lot more people are interested in this, and we should get to know each other. So we don't bite. Don't be
Yeah, I was
shy.
just gonna say,
You
like,
gotta be bold.
if there is a consideration, that should not be it.
Yeah. Look at me. I popped out my hair with my dreadlocks.
Exactly. I'm drinking my
Do
tea.
it. I don't care. And a sweatshirt in my house. It's whatever, guys. It's all good. Don't be shy. Look, no makeup. It's whatever, man. We have stuff to build. I don't have time. Let's go.
Yeah. Daniel, I just gave you the mic, Daniel, if you want to talk about your project for a few seconds.
Hi, ladies. Can you guys hear me?
Perfect.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, I just wanted to let you guys know about the project and the whole of what I'm doing, the big vision of the platform that also includes creatives like you guys. I'm also a musician. So this is also something very important to me, and why I want to talk about the possibilities of using my platform for the creative sector. The Caribbean Social Network is a social network like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, but for the Caribbean community. It's built to connect Caribbean people and promote Caribbean businesses, Caribbean culture, and tourism. And one of our major things about our region is our music. And that's what identifies us as a Caribbean unity and a Caribbean entity. That our music is what we use to express who we are as a people. And part of the platform and part of the idea is just 100% Caribbean content. Um, what is important to you as an artist, your music, getting your niche market, which is Caribbean people, hearing your music, interacting with you, commenting on the things you're sharing, commenting on or interacting with the businesses that you're starting. Is just creating a big community. It's all for free, and anyone can join. Um, it's about creating more visibility for what we're doing on a social platform. As we know, it's a very interesting, popular way of communicating throughout the world. It's what create connects the whole world. Social networking platform. People are uh, practically have one sort of social platform on their phone right now. And if we have one that represents our region and represents who we are as a people, and making sure our content is available easily for interaction and for exposure, then I think we're onto something big. This platform that I'm working on, it's not something that can be run by myself. I need the Caribbean people to get involved, share things about what they're doing and their businesses and their culture and their arts. So it's a big vision, and I just hope that people see what I'm doing, the importance of what I'm doing, and get involved.
I
Thank
think thanks for that. I think that's a really you're trying to solve I think something that actually is a problem because we went through the era of and I think the pandemic probably like accelerated everything where now everyone just kind of lives on in this like one global place, which is cool. But no, yeah, a lot of people who come from any specific community are now feeling like, dude, like everything is so scattered now. Now, like,
Oh yeah,
where's our little corner that we hang out? And I remember when social
exactly.
media was first, well, yeah, like when I was in school and social media was becoming a thing, I think the Caribbean people did have something very close to what I would call like our own social media platform because we were all on Facebook, but there was this platform called everyone was on MySpace too, but there was this one called High Five, and
Oh
that
yeah,
one
yeah, I was
seemed
on
to
there.
have like all the like it was like heavy, like Latin American Caribbean people, and that was like our little space where we could feel like we could post something in like talking in our dialect or whatever, and it
Yeah,
wouldn't be like going over everyone's heads, and everyone could like understand the jokes and it was like our little own cultural hub. But
yep,
then, yeah, as everyone just got just filtered into Facebook, no Meta, filtered into all this the same funnel, then we've kind of lost that. So, like you said, if you're an artist, whether even if it's not just music, if it's visual art, whatever you want to talk about your fashion, and you're trying to target Caribbean people, when you go post it on Instagram, you're going into the void almost. You have to be
yes,
able to crack that algorithm so people can actually see. And then how do you know that you're targeting Caribbean people? It's everybody.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
That's
yeah.
exactly the vision of the platform. How do you know that your ad
Yeah.
spending money is going to the people that are
Yeah.
interested in what you're doing and what you're pushing? And that's the identity behind the Caribbean Social Network. Not only that, in the Caribbean, we don't have our own data sovereignty. We don't, everything that we create, we put on international platforms, and they can use it to do whatever they want to do. And I know
Mhm.
AI has benefits for all of us, but there's also people using it, some aspects of it for bad. Like our Prime Minister Mia Motley, she had AI videos made of herself pushing some kind of product. I saw two or three videos of her, of her, pushing something that she doesn't even know that her image and her
Yeah.
likeness was used for.
Someone did
And
it to me as well. It's
yes,
wild.
exactly. I remember
Yeah.
that actually. And
Yeah.
if something like that is posted on international social networks and we can't control it, there's no representative for us on Meta's platform that we can call and we can say, hey, this is damaging to um, our region. This is false information. Is damaging to who we are as a people. Can you pull this down? We won't be able to get it pulled down because there's no representative, representing us. But if we have a standard of truth, a standard platform that we can control the narrative, we can control the data, and that gives us data sovereignty. And anyone posting anything negative about our region, about who we are on international platform, we can now say we have a standard of truth, a platform that we control, and you can find the truth there, right? Because people are always posting up, fake accounts on these platforms that are confusing people. I know in Guyana they just posted recently someone creating a fake Facebook page of their Guyana Office of Investment, and they were posting things
Oh, that's
like
wild.
selling Bitcoin, right? And they just if you check their page, it had just had to make a public announcement on their Facebook page that this is an issue. This is out of control. But what I'm saying is that if we now come together as a people and we create our own solution, we now create more of a stable, trusted source of information, not only for the Caribbean people, but the vision that the vision we want to sell to the world will be more accurate.
Thank you so much, Daniel, as
Yeah,
always.
thank you. Thank you.
I saw Tremaine wanted to introduce himself. I've just given you the mic, Tremaine.
Okay. Speaking of, hi,
Hi.
you guys hear me?
Yeah, I
Yes.
can hear you perfectly. Nice
Hi,
to see you,
Tremaine.
So, my name is Tremaine. This is my fiance Malika.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, in terms of myself, I am a graphic designer. I'm a marketer. I'm an investor. If I see a good opportunity and it makes sense, I'm in. I'm a creative person, so I think weird. I also write music and stuff like that. I'm looking to enter the industry right after I get married because I told God, I requested that He send me my wife before I start my music because I don't want to make the choices after. There are too many choices. There are too many nice souls that will come along and too many bad souls that will come along. Just take it away from me now. And He sent me my wife. So um, I would say maybe over 15 years ago, God placed these 8 industries that He wants me to be in, making money from by 2029. The interesting thing is that I can see the path forward as soon as I am finished being married. So we're trying to push that as quickly as possible. Outside of that, only this year I read in the Bible, I never saw this part before, Ecclesiastes 11:2, which basically says, invest in 7 streams, even 8, for you don't know what will befall the world. Now, I find it really interesting that I only read that this year, and 15 years ago I wrote down 8 industries to be in, right? But on top of that, in terms of what is happening here, this is really really amazing. I've never really seen a community of creatives just come together and share. And even if they do come together and share, they usually disperse at some point before anything gets done. So what I would say is that I am connected to a guy from Nigeria that I've been talking to for the last 7 years. We've built a fantastic friendship, and my dude can code. When I say code, my dude can do websites. My dude can do apps. My dude built a crypto coin. My dude can code. So, bringing that to the situation, if anyone needs help and needs to talk to him, just let me know. Okay? But outside of that, right now, I am on my marriage journey, and then my music journey, and then business journey, because I have two extremely big goals. One, I and I would like to pay off the debt for Barbados. It's a big goal. It's like $19 billion.
Sheesh. That
Um,
is
that's
wow.
that's
What a
that's where
goal.
it is right now. All right. It's between 19 and $21 billion, and money is neither here or there, because God is like that person, that entity that can fast forward your life. There's a portion in the Bible it says, one day is like 1,000. Yeah, one day is like 1,000 days, and 1,000 days like one day. So God can do whatever He wants, whenever He wants, however He wants, right? And then the second goal is to be the world's first, along with my friends, family, and business associates, the world's first quadrillionaire, which is 1,000 trillion. I need to get there
But
before Elon.
why do you have why do you have your all these goals? You said you're like so driven by God, but you have a lot of goals that are talking a lot about money, and
Yeah.
there's a
Okay.
lot more before you get to money. Like there's a
Hmm.
lot that needs to change first, you know. So
Okay.
so
So
when you accomplish this goal of becoming a
right,
quadrillionaire,
right.
what are you doing with all this money?
No.
Because nobody even likes the billionaires that we have right now.
Yeah, but
So
the billionaires,
why are you aiming to double
because the
their
billionaires are
value?
selfish. They're selfish, and there is a lot
So
of
you're
money
gonna
in the
share.
world. Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna share. But for sure, one of the main reasons for going after this is the Bible says that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. That's 2 generations down. I want to leave for 4 generations down. And by also by example, my friends and family and stuff around me, I want them to leave for their generations down also, at least 3 to 4 generations down. So I can't do it with $1 million. I can't do it with $1 billion. We need major money to do it, and the money is out there. The money is out there. It's just
Mhm.
to get in the right space to form the right contracts. And right now,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, the my life is like, I don't know what God is doing. I'm just happy. Bible also says you find a wife, you find a good thing, obtains favor from the Lord. I could tell you right now that it's like an open heaven over my life. Everything
Mhm.
is going right.
Well, I think you should definitely go as hard as you can because we need all that funding, all this debt
Yeah,
relief for real.
that's no problem.
So, so I'm
Yeah,
sure anybody that could help you get on that path, as long as it's gonna benefit all the people, like you said, we're good with that. So,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it was nice to meet you. Those are very very formidable goals.
Formidable.
Not simple at all, but yeah, I mean, yeah, anyone who's gonna play a role in yeah, if they want to help us relieve our debt, if they want to fund, all this progress that we need to make to level the playing field, then yeah, great. And then yeah, definitely connect us with your dude in Nigeria. Who knows? he might
No
be
scolding.
he might be really
Right on.
special. Yeah. It was nice to meet you guys and congratulations on getting married and building your life. And yeah, you got some big goals, so go for it. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do it. Go for it.
Seriously, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so any other builders? Now is a good time. I noticed that we had Aloha on the call earlier. I don't know if she's still on the call, but definitely one of our builders. We definitely saw a good few sets of applications that were in the social media influencer space in terms of creating that channel and funnel. Like right now, it feels from what I've learned over the last few weeks of Future Caribbean, you could have all the press in the world, you can have all the written press in the world, but it's really social media that is the new media, right? It's the new press. It's the
Yeah,
new.
people, we need clippers.
Yeah,
Where the clippers at? We need y'all.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I saw Fama on here earlier. If there's
Mhm.
anything, okay. So Aloha's not. If anybody's working in that space, by all means, come forward and speak. I know we had a good set of. I think like a few of our applications were from there, and if not, then we can get like into some content in regard to like the state of the industry and the state of the industry in the Caribbean and what are the, we have some intermediaries. At least let's see, Pyro, I haven't heard him before. Pyro, good to meet you.
Oh, this is
Hey,
Brian. Sorry,
Brian Lim.
change the
Well,
nickname. Yes. So
so
Hi, Brian.
Brian's from the Philippines.
Hi, Brian.
He's a big part of the ACTI
hello.
community. He's like one of the number one companies in Asia that do the social media, that work with influencers in Asia. And you have a pretty streamlined agentic process for that. I would love for you to introduce yourself, Brian, and tell everybody what you're working on.
Sure. So yeah, my name is Brian Lim. I'm based in Cebu, Philippines. I apologize if the internet's a little spotty. I actually had to go on a hotspot to make the call, but I think it's just holding up now. And yeah, this session really talked about how we use agentic AI not to just make more content in a world where content is already abundant with AI, but to build the systems that let the creators own, monetize, and scale what they make. So that's literally what I'm building. It's called Stealth Match. It's an agency operating system for the creator economy. So it's the AI that runs the machinery around the talent, but it's the humans that make every decision that actually matters. And I'd love to show it to you guys. Is that okay, Lily? Do we have like 5-7
Yeah,
minutes of the time?
absolutely.
That would be
Please,
amazing.
that'd be amazing. I was
Yeah.
hoping you
Okay.
could come on board.
Okay, let me see if I could share the screen over here. All right. So all good? Can people see
Yeah,
the
perfect.
screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's make it more interesting, right? So this is the current dashboard, and we actually started building this right when we submitted our application for Future Caribbean. So I'm going to start here with a new campaign, and hopefully the internet cooperates here. But could maybe someone volunteer any brand or product that they are interested to, let's just say, test market in the Philippines? Is there a brand name you guys could give me? Can anyone volunteer that?
Like a brand name, like in fashion.
Yeah. It could be one of the startups now in Future Caribbean that might want to test
Lily,
their product in the
should I
Philippines.
say
If
what?
if not,
Sure.
Remember
Amazing.
and so
Ocean?
what's
Remember the idea you
what's the
had for
brand
Ocean?
name?
Oh, Ocean. Yeah,
Ocean.
Remember that one?
Okay.
We can
And
get to it.
what we're trying to do here is to create a campaign for Ocean together with creators in the Philippines, right? So again, AI is going to do the heavy lifting, but humans still take care of the important human interaction. So what would be the campaign objective of Ocean?
So I'll just tell you about Ocean. So Ocean, which I've since decided is probably not, so we're building a brain for Future Caribbean, which includes, so all of these
Okay.
sessions are recorded. Then we have profiles on everybody. We have profiles on all our advisors, all of our companies, all of our applicants, and then also the different financial institutions that are on board and the different governments that are partnered with us. And you build out this brain that connects everyone and all the opportunities and at once. So we were Future Caribbean Ocean is better because Ocean is very well taken. We've looked up and down. Originally, I
Okay.
was thinking we were going to call it the Ocean OS, but that's very well taken. But we haven't quite seen it before necessarily, but it's an agentic operating system for Future Caribbean. The various industries within the Caribbean, the various governments and ministries within the Caribbean, so that we can collaborate more effectively and a lot shorter span of time. But I know that's probably a bit difficult, Brian, to create a campaign around. It confuses me sometimes, so to write a campaign. So if you wanted to use another brand, or if just wanted to use the Future Caribbean brand,
Well, that's the cool thing is it's a demo, so you guys will forgive me if things break, but let's test it out.
okay.
Okay, and just hypothetically, like what budget would we have? So it's just easy as 1, 2, 3. Like you tell us what is your objective, you tell us what is your budget, and then we'll see the magic happen.
Okay, tell us what $10,000 could do.
Okay, $10,000, maybe we could spread it out around 5 creators. So yeah, the platforms, I think YouTube could be good. Instagram, Facebook, X, just include TikTok. Okay, so here we're now creating the campaign brief, and actually, if we have time later while this is loading now, I want to show you, because when you told me the other day that you'd want me to speak briefly here, I actually did a scan for creators based in the Caribbean. Maybe some of you are on the list now, so that's something I'll show you later. Okay, so here we can type in the casting strategy that we want to do, like what we want or envision each creator to do, but we don't have time for that. So I just want AI to draft the plan for me and see if we like it or not. Okay, so here, click that button. And it's interesting because I was able to use some of the tools that you actually gave us access to, and we've embedded those tools like the Max video generating tool. It's actually live in the system now, so that was
amazing.
helpful.
Minimax.
Yes. So as you can see here, this is actually what the brief would look like. Right now we're generating a sample image created by AI to see what the campaign could look like. But with Minimax, we're also able to create a video, and I know it takes Minimax a while, about 2 or 3 minutes to do that. So we'll get back to that later, right? So I just want to show you one photo, and then we'll move on to the approving the creators. So it's almost done. But so far, it's telling me for that budget, we could work with 1 macro creator, 2 mid-tier creators, and 2 micro creators for an estimated for about $500 to $2,500 budget. It's recommending that for YouTube, we should do long form demos that best explain an agentic OS and its collaboration workflows to gamers in the Philippines. So that's, we were, the reason why we made this is because we started as a talent agency for content creators and gamers in the Philippines. So the live roster that you have in the system now is about close to 500 content creators in the system. And we have people actually using this now live with actual clients and an actual company. So all because of Future Caribbean. So
Wow.
if you can see here, it says here 1 brain, 1 squad. So AI is thinking that maybe it could create a campaign, liking it to gaming, and then as a short form, bring them over to YouTube to understand more about Ocean, right? And here, so we have the Minimax, and I've also included Sora. So I'm just having it create that video mood board while we move on to the next phase. But see, now it's starting to generate like different content angles. Here, like a before and after workflow challenge. And it's coming up with another angle here about the explainer to really explain what Ocean is about. So it did flag that it was a vague objective, like what we said. So we just wanted to give it a try anyways and do that. And I'm moving to approve and find creators. So this stage actually took like weeks. And with any creator or artist, you know that it's the back and forth between the client, what the client wants, the brief, and the actual delivery, and to the process of getting paid is actually like one of the major pain points in this creative industry. So that's something that we're using the platform to solve. And if it works in like what you said with Future Caribbean, if it works in the Philippines, where we're about 7,000 islands, it should work in the Caribbean and anywhere else globally. So here, it's already recommending some creators that we could work with. So like here, there's Holy Father, Kazumi. It scores them of how much they think they best match our campaign. So I'm just approving some of them now, and maybe rejecting some, approving, approving. Okay. And once it does that, it already comes up with like a cost estimate. So if we do share a proposal, what we're looking at now is from the agency side. The agency can price the package for all of this, or AI could also recommend a package price as a starting point for the negotiations between the creator and the brand. So I'll send you guys what that looks like in a bit, and I want to show you here what the video is still generating at this time, but I'll get back to that in a few minutes. Okay, and here. So besides the cost estimate, it could also track the delivery. So another thing is when creators make posts or such, everything was manually checked if the creator already fulfilled whatever campaign requirement is. So the system would be able to track and scan and update the client if they've already delivered all the things that they asked for. So again, you could also have AI craft a delivery plan if you want to, for it to do the heavy lifting, or you could just do it yourself. Okay, so here we're going back to here. Give me 1 second. So here's the video it created. So this is similar to Minimax. I used Sora 2 on this one, but the person can choose between which video engine they want to use. And remember, this is AI generated. The label stays that it's AI generated. It's not real footage because it looks realistic, and we never want to portray like AI generated content to be real, authentic images, because we're trying to sell authenticity, where the creators create the authentic content, but we're giving them an example of a mood board, so the clients know what to expect, and the creators also know like what to deliver. Okay, so lastly, I want to show you, because some of you might be interested to do this and to market around the Caribbean. So I'm gonna switch over to the other window to show you the talents that we've already scouted for in the Caribbean side. Give me 1 second. Over here. So I don't know if these names stand out for you, but so one is like Voice, the artist.
That's
He's
crazy voices in there. That's
so I
nuts.
ran this scan practically last night, because I found out 2 days ago that we'll be doing this call, and yeah, you could click their profile. Their profile shows up, and what this page is at the moment is that this is a talent scouting page, and we have a live human like reviewing these to make sure that the creators really match the numbers that we put, like how many viewers, how much engagement, and it's real just because we know AI can make mistakes. So before anything of it goes live, like a human reviews this at this stage. So just breezing through it, Timmy Carter, the Jamaican cooking journey, Aishan,
Even
and
Aishan is in there. That's wild.
Cooking with Ria, Raquel's Caribbean Cuisine, and yeah, these are the actual figures pulled straight out of YouTube. So they're not made up numbers, but you can already plan if you wanted to promote any product or service, event, concert, using creators in the Caribbean. So if there's any interest in this, I could make this go live. Just I'll share with you guys the link of Stealth Match in the group chat, and then we can take it from there. So yeah, that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
That's awesome, Brian. Literally this last 60 days, 30 to 60 days, we've gotten a lot of press, and there's nothing, like, no amount of press can compare with even like one social media post I'm finding. So I'm literally this last, like, the whole point is to continue to learn and iterate. So just today and over the last couple days, I've been looking at influencer marketing and like influencer campaigns. And so yeah, absolutely, it'd be amazing if we could. Can we test this out tomorrow? Can we test this out tonight?
Sure.
How do we
dropped in?
Do they take crypto?
that is planned, and that is something
that
I
is.
know Bill is very interested about, but that is planned in the pipeline, and not yet in the MVP phase, but I'm sure we can work that out. So I dropped the link here of stealthmatch.ai. If anyone wants to play around with it, you're free to do so. You could already use the video generation tools and plan out campaigns if you wanted to promote to the Philippines or Indonesia at this time. But if there is enough interest, then I'll do more scans of the Caribbean creators, so you have a meaningful pool. And yeah, we can help you engage with the creators to plan out your campaigns. So thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I think we could probably, our community could definitely help in that regard. In the Philippines, I know, Brian, you've done a lot over the past many years to aggregate all of those influencers in the Philippines and in Asia. Now that hard work needs to be done in the Caribbean and in Latin America and this part of the world, and like an earnest effort to do that is super, super necessary. Like, this is the new media. This is the new news, right? All of our
like
news.
I need this to, especially as an independent artist. Like, we don't have the machines. Like, you don't have Universal, Sony, all that behind you. And again, like, you want to get your music or whatever out there. Like, to me, this would probably be a platform that I would end up using.
Yeah, and I think I was just gonna add to what Lily said, that there's one internet that I know of, probably them sure per island there's at least one influencer agencies trying, like, having done the aggregation work already. It would be great to bring them together and introduce them to you, because the incredible thing could be cross-regional, cross-global opportunities. Like, if Voice is coming up for the Philippines, you never know, maybe there's somebody who wants to promote something in the Caribbean from the Philippines. It would be incredible to have that kind of cross-pollination across the globe.
Definitely. And if you know of any creators or agencies that want to be on the platform, I'm dropping a short link here of a simple page that they could just fill up their information, and we could onboard them through that process. They still go through the human just to vet that everything pulled in is good. But once they're already in the system, it's like they'll be part of the catalog that whenever brands or anyone wants to promote in these regions, then they'll be able to show up if the AI feels it best matches with them. And per what Chantel mentioned, we're actually also starting to onboard music artists in the Philippines and DJs, because exactly the same problem you have. So whatever problems you have in the Caribbean is very much like us in the Philippines, also with their separated islands and different languages, different economies. And yeah, we hope to take this globally after having some initial market success outside the Philippines. So here's the link. I dropped it for It says for
And
creators, and
just
so
just before you go, Brian, if you could just like introduce yourself in terms of like what you've been working on, some phenomenal stuff over the last 5 plus 10 years. It'd be great if you could just say a few words about what you've been working on and what you've been building.
Sure. So Tier One was our initial startup, and we were able to actually generate 8 figures in US dollars since 2017 till now. But everything was manually driven with spreadsheets and everything. Like we had an account for Facebook where in a 3-year period we were able to build them like 11 million US dollars just for working with creators in the Philippines. But it was such a gargantuous task of dealing with hundreds or 1,000 creators, and their numbers change from time to time. So that's where we thought about the system. And on top of that, I'm also active in the esports space. So this is like the professional video game play, and we've been pushing for this, like whether included Olympics or not. But I'm traveling as the president for federation in the Philippines. But on top of that, I also love to kite surf, just like Lily, and I love sailing. So it'd be nice to get back to the Caribbean again sometime and meet you guys. Thank you.
That'll be awesome. Thank you so much, Brian.
Lily, you guys
you.
got everybody kite surfing.
No, it's super.
You guys are next.
I'm ready because I need my body looking ripped like yours, girl. Let's go.
I need to do more in the gym. Is there anybody? Sorry, guys. I muted myself by accident. Is there anybody else who might like to present? Now's a good time, or even introduce yourself. Right? Like we have some incredible. Okay, you raised your hand. You just raised your hand, but
Then
Wait, oh, sorry, my mic was
Hey
off.
Hey.
It's again. How do I share my screen? I'd like to get some feedback on Cryptopia.
Oh, that would be great. Okay, so just in the, it's literally all the way to the right, on the right hand side of your
Oh,
screen
share
where it's,
screen. Yes,
you see it?
okay. Okay. Okay, can we see?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Okay, I will just do it quickly, because of...
Take your time. Show us.
Okay,
It looks amazing.
Okay, so here you could actually not see my credit card information, but you could search your name, and right now it's searching every platform. So you're pretty much finding your credits. So like I'm just choosing my sister. So basically this is, oh no, I'm in the wrong thing. This is showing you credits. Let me just sign in. So you could choose if you're a creator or if you're a brand. You could search yourself, which is faster. But I already have a profile with stuff in it, so it'd be easier. So this is like your dashboard that you will see what's happening. You could also see people that you should be working with. So this is the passport. So the stronger your passport, as I said earlier, the stronger your searching and matching. Well, this is the private view. So you can see all of your work, how to book, the different skills. It's like LinkedIn in that regard. Scout allows you to find what's happening. So you could scan, and while that is scanning, so these are the opportunities it found for me from Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So it tells you why it's a match, and then you could apply. Right now, we're working on the ability to apply on your behalf after you obviously approve. But it will help you draft and put the right passport information inside of
I
it.
love how it shows if you were ghosted. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So companies could obviously post jobs, also barters. Oh, where is it? You could switch to manager mode, company. You have also your payments.
So
You
Ethan,
could
can I
create.
ask you, it's primarily for the entertainment industry, would you say? Like which sector are you focused on?
The wider creative industry. So not only entertainers, but also for, like in your case, fashion designers.
Right.
You
Like
also have like
photographers and
hairstylists,
stuff like that.
photographers, hairstylists, if you're creating campaigns. So you have the studio, which is your workspace. We could look at, let me see if there's an example of one. So each workspace is different.
This is a good platform, like you said, for especially a lot of times, hairstylists, makeup artists, like they're looking for work, but like, yeah, this is such a,
Yeah.
and a lot of times us artists are looking for these types of creative people, and then we're like, oh my gosh, do I have to go
Are
and
they good
search
or
on
not?
like Instagram? Yeah, like so
Yeah.
it's cool to have
Well,
a place
exact.
like this where we could find that talent that we need to. You know what I mean? Like sure, we could use the platform to get booked as well, but yeah, there's other creative people that like we need each other, so this is like a nice hub,
But
honestly, for
exactly.
everyone to find each other. Yeah, and
Um,
interlink.
for me, in the past, people have been saying, "Oh, Ethan, you need to niche down. Just do music. Just do this." But then I realized I can't. One, because as you just said, the singer needs the stylist, needs the photographer, needs the video guy, need the casting, the content creators. Like everyone is needed. So this is the workspace. So you have your mood boards, you have your production plan. The everything is pre-done based on your scope. So the Krito, our AI executive, handles all of that. This is the drop zone, so you can literally put everything in there from files to anything, and it will put things where it's supposed to be. Then so you can manage your clients. The company side now. Wait, does the match? No, I already obviously matched with everyone, but this is where you could actually swipe and find people near you. And then you can also search here, but then you have the smart match where you could actually say like what you're looking for. Gosh, that needs to not come up. So like film maker in Bali.
Sorry, so
Go
other
ahead.
question is from a verification standpoint, it will happen similarly to LinkedIn in the sense that it's crowd verification, like your peers give
So it is
you.
different. There's about 4 or 5 levels of verification. So there's basically self-claimed, like basically like Crito found your YouTube, your Spotify, or whatever. Then you could also request to verify. So you could send it to a client, you could send it to
Right,
someone that actually worked with you, and then they could verify it. And that's
right.
what strengthens the passport. So it's proving that this person actually worked with this person, and so on and so on. So if we just switch to the company, the switch. So this is the company side. So you could also be very detailed of the client, the talent that you're trying to find. And then based on the passports and what, oh, damn it. We're
It's
still in
okay.
beta, okay,
We understand. We understand.
guys? But yeah, it's just trying to fit everything in one, because I personally have worked with or have hired a lot of talents, and everything is scattered. You know, you have the person searching on their Instagram for a photographer, the groups and Facebook, the WhatsApps, the everything. So it's also the finding of the opportunities. Did you find anything for me?
Are you planning to launch in one territory to begin with, Caribbean people in
I'm
one territory?
launching first in Trinidad and the wider Caribbean and Bali, because those are the two places that I have density right now. Bali obviously being a very large creator space and creative space. And obviously Trinidad, because I'm there. But obviously the sorry?
Go ahead. It's not limited to Caribbean people though.
Oh, no, 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 no. Like right
Right.
now we have we have people from everywhere at the moment, from 20 something countries live. And basically oh wait, there's a camera. The audience? Oh, damn it. Oh, hi. The goal also, especially when I signed and helped sign an artist with Sony, I realized that it's the opportunity part that we need more. So because of the network, the goal is to have the Caribbean creative be showcased
Right.
by these people that we have already the connections with, and it's having a fairer chance to compete against the others that are there, from animation to anything basically. So like what we're doing now is a lot of groundwork and making sure that everything works, which we're very near at, but opening it up to our international network. I mean, it's been 13 years since I started Thrive, and that is how I built um the reach. But now it's to kind of put everything in one space and make life easier, I guess. God, I'm on the spot.
That's what it
Well,
takes to
come on,
be a
we're
founder.
not as
I
much as
think you're doing a great job. You're doing something that we need, so keep up the good work.
So
But
thank you so much. I find, I don't know if this is the truth. I don't know if this is true, but this is what I find. Like when I go out in the world and do podcasts and require makeup, I find there's no quality like Caribbean makeup artists. Right? The standard for a Caribbean makeup artist is like world class, like it's like out of this universe. And when you show up anywhere, even in a Dubai or in a Miami or a New York, and expect to get Caribbean standard makeup, it just is not going to happen. It looks like you don't have on any makeup in comparison. So like even to be able to
Really, you want
aggregate.
your face beat?
I'm not gonna say it's so funny. I feel the opposite. Not no shade to our amazing Caribbean makeup artists, but I always find it's too much makeup. But anyway, I hear what
Yeah.
but
you're saying.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's like
it's like two extremes, but
you
there are some really, really good ones. The problem
There.
is a lot of it's almost like they are low key exclusive because they got
Yeah.
their opportunity, maybe doing like Alison Hines makeup or like someone like that, and then they're just in that. Then they connect them with their other like top level friends, and then that person is like, I literally can't take any more clients. I'm so full all the time, you know what I
but
mean?
also
But
like
there's others that are just as talented that just
They're
don't
not getting seen. They're not
yeah,
getting
they
seen.
don't have that. No one knows who they are or where to find them, and that they're so good at what they do. You know what I mean? So then yeah, you're just left with like I said,
But
just trying to scour like
the
IG,
thing
like
is,
hoping to
I think what
find
I
someone.
I do agree with Lily is like when I go to another island and I'm trying to find a good makeup artist, unless I have a Lily to be like, who's the
okay,
best? Like,
yeah,
how am I gonna figure that out? You know?
and
And that's
that's
how I
what
do it. Yeah.
exactly, like I feel that was one of the things that became clearer while I was working on it, It's because you see everything on Instagram. One, you don't even know if they actually did it, but you need that referral. You need like
Yeah.
to understand like who did, like
To
not just the
vouch.
who did, but the vouching. You know,
Yeah, vouch.
especially when we move. I mean, the world has gotten smaller. Like I met Chantel in Dubai years ago, you know, and well, obviously Anya, I know, but like when you land in a new place and you want to connect with people like-minded, or you just want to create a, like Anya, you come to Bali, for example, and you want to do a photo
Yeah.
shoot,
Yeah.
you know,
I don't
you
have
want to
to
find
like.
the right models, you want to get everything
Completely.
together.
No, I
And
just
I
did this in Saint Tropez. I was like, I had to get the models, I had to get the makeup, I had to get the photographer, like, and I don't want to waste money, you know?
yeah, exactly.
And like in my typical style, I was like super last minute. So like, how do I do it? You know, in a quick turnaround, but high quality, but it's sizable, not a sizable budget, like all those, you know, all those pieces. So I think this has universal appeal across the
That's what we're
world.
hoping to roll out. So yeah, I think that's I don't want to take up too much spotlight because I'm sure there's others working on amazing things. But thank you
No,
for
but
the time, Lily.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, how
Um, there you go. Who anybody else would like to speak or like to introduce themselves, whether you are a builder in this space or not, the fact that you're on the call, you know, it really is a team collaborative effort. I see so much opportunity for synergy here across the board. So, and I really do think that I hope that with our teams, we'll have, you know, here we go. Hi there, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear some buffering.
Hi.
Hi there.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Lily. All
Hey.
right. I'm trying to see I can do a quick share, but I can't.
Just in the far right hand side of the screen, it says share screen at the bottom.
Yeah,
Just
just
on
like
the
wave your cursor over the
at the
lower
end
bottom half.
at the end of the semicircle there.
All right. Just let me know when you guys.
There we go.
Ooh.
Okay, we see darkness. Okay, hold on. It's gonna take a few seconds.
Oh.
You have a lot
I
of
think
tabs.
two tabs.
No, this is
2
Inception.
tabs open.
Look at this
All
go.
right. So I'm gonna introduce some time. I'm Sheena. I'm from Jamaica, and I'm working on a concept area. I wanted to show how it works. Realizes that we want to help travelers when they're planning their trip seamlessly. We realize that travelers they get in India. So what we want is that once they see something they're into our app, Carry will basically, for example, if you're into a specific vibe, which is that music, waterfall, arts, fashion, or the tweet, pin it on the map. You'd find a location and pin it on the map. So you have your own map. You're ready to plan your trip to come to Jamaica. You see what you save all over the months. You know what, Sheena, realize that you're into music, dance, here's some street on this time you're planning your trip. And what he does is that it giving tourists an authentic vibe. So if this artist is really into music and dance, experience it at at the experience. At the same time, we're gonna connect them a creator. So if you want to know for wine academica, we connect you to that creator or whoever in that specific vibe, so you can learn architecture. So we have this. That's pretty much the concept we have. We have different niches. We have music, we dance, we're interested in adventures, because I realized my experience is that I did this amazing sulfur experience, but when I did it, there was like a shocking authentic local skincare. I didn't know about that. I didn't take it upset. So the platform is also allowing visitors to find these local people, whatever they're interested in, if they're into, skincare, these people to you. So that's pretty much a concept. I really want to show you guys, but I don't know what's happening with my computer, but probably next time. That's really the
It's
concept.
okay. Maybe I would love
I
to
need to
see what I would love to be able to see what you're building. If you could exit all of the tabs, it seems like you have a lot of tabs open, and then try again
Oh, we
potentially.
have the tabs of the app open.
Yeah, it looks like
and
you
tap
might have a
in.
lot of tabs open on your computer. Is it possible?
But it's
Is that
doing
so loud?
something
I
weird
think
where it's just mirroring itself and
that's
mirroring
what it's
itself and
doing,
mirroring.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's showing
Okay.
screen within screen over and over.
Okay.
Or I'll be able to share it probably another time, because you see when I'm sharing the screen, the internet is the connection is jaggy. Yeah. So I have to do that another time.
It
Yeah,
sounds like a really good idea though.
Yeah, it would be cool if you could recap what you just said, because the internet wasn't so good, it was really choppy for me. Could you just
Yeah.
recap what you said?
All right, sure, no problem. So Carrie, what it does is that when a traveler want to plan to the Caribbean, you've seen all these nice videos on social media, on Pinterest, on YouTube. And what it does is that you copy and send a link to our app. Our app is going to find a place for you. For example, you see this nice restaurant, you say, oh, this is somewhere in Kingston, this where it is, this is what you're interested in. It save it on the map for you. So it's like all the inspirations that you've been saving over the months. If you're planning a trip to the Caribbean, whatever Caribbean countries, it save it little pins on your map. So when you're ready now, it's it helps you to personalize the experience. But at the same time, let's say you're a musician or you're into Jamaican music and you've seen all these street dance parties on TikTok, and you share it to Carrie, and Carrie's like, you know what, this person, she love music, she love Jamaican music, and be like, let me save this. And when the time come to plan your trip now, Carrie's like, you know what, there's a street that's gonna happen on this day, there's another street that's happening this day, you plan your itinerary around that. But the best part is that we're connecting it with the local creators. So if you want to learn how to wine like a Jamaican or to dance like a Jamaican, it's like, you know what, you like dancehall, here's how creator can learn and dance from. Book a session with her and she teach you how to dance. So that's pretty much the concept that Carrie is about.
Okay, copy. And is it launched yet? Like, I see you have a website here. Do you have any users?
We have users signing up right now, but we're not launching because we need to finalize some items first.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for coming up and sharing. And thank you for everything. I know me and you have been in touch and even helping me with some stuff, so I'm grateful for that. Thank you. Okay, so is there anybody else who wants to share their product now that we've had, we've had a few people share some incredible things? Is there anybody else in the audience that even might want to introduce themselves? Are there any advisors in the audience that might want to introduce themselves? Not for now. Okay. Mark, I see you also in the crowd, Mark Ferreira from Trinidad, who's one of our exceptional builders in the finance space. Maybe your payment rail, Mark, could be used on some of these applications ultimately, given payments underpins everything. Okay, so everybody's shy. Or
busy.
But actually, which payment is it though? Because we're actually still finalizing for the Caribbean which one we should use.
It's
I
one.
know.
Oh, which one? Oh, okay. Yes. I heard about it. So yes, if we could reach out, that would be great. So we could do some digging and see if we could incorporate it. If you have an API already, that would be great.
I wonder if he's
Mark,
actually there. Is he there or is he was there?
hold on,
See,
I
it's
can-
happening already. The
What's
interlinking. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna end up using each other's tools. It's gonna be
Because
good.
we tried reaching out to Powered Trans, I think it is, but
Right.
still haven't gotten a response from them.
Oh, well,
be-
Power Trans is actually one of our sponsors. And they're giving out a year free to the winners. So we'll
Oh,
see how that
great.
goes.
Okay, that's cool.
But Wham is in Trinidad and has
Wham.
a really cool stable coin and infrastructure option underneath it, which is pretty interesting. So if Wham wants to come up and speak now, would be a great time. But I am Success.
Yeah, it's me again,
Hey
Tremaine.
there. Hey,
I just
Tremaine.
wanted to say, I sort of have fun. You know, everybody's talking about monetizing from Barbados and from the Caribbean and all that sort of stuff. I've actually found two options that perfectly work. They give you access to Stripe, they give you access to Payoneer, they give you access to your crypto accounts and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, they are not. One is from the UK and one is from the United States. The one from the UK is not really as expensive as the one for the United States. We're talking about $3,500 versus about £400, right? So I actually wanted to hold a conference called Monetize just to share the information for free because we are begging our governments to do it, but our governments can't do it because our economies separately are not big enough for the big boys to look at us and say, hey, okay, we are going to give monetization to Barbados. If we came as a collective Caribbean, then it would happen. But outside of that and outside of waiting for the government to do something that we already know the government's they can take forever. I got two options that could make it happen. Real easy. I'm in the process of testing one, and a buddy of mine, he tested the other one. So we know they work.
Thank
So
you, Tremaine.
yeah.
We're
So,
trying to get, we really want builders from the Caribbean to build the next Stripe, the next
so
agenda.
you want the actual
Yeah, we're looking
payment
to
gateways
do
and
our own
everything to
one.
come out of the Caribbean.
Exactly. That's the whole
Yeah,
point.
Okay,
we're
understood.
trying to
Okay.
bypass all of that.
All right.
Because then we got to pay them fees every time you make a transaction. Them fees should be coming to the Caribbean, not some random place. So hell yeah, that's why we're here. But yeah, like in the meantime, until we get that done and established fully, yeah, that we need as much information as, because even what is the minister's name? Shane Archer. He was just talking about this on Gems with Friends. Trying to solve this problem of having so many creatives. But unfortunately, because of situations related to sometimes banking, sometimes it's not even our fault. It's just the banks and the regulations. And a lot of the creators cannot monetize. So, like, even though it's cool that here in Barbados we could watch YouTube ad free, what if you want to be a Bajan YouTube creator? You literally can't make no money. Like, how do you monetize? How do you monetize your TikTok? How do you monetize whatever it is that you're doing? So, yeah, it's very difficult. A lot of the platforms will straight up just tell you, like IG, oh, you're in Barbados, yeah, you can't monetize.
But that's
You're,
what
you know what I mean? You literally get blocked. So we're trying to find our own systems to bypass all these obstacles.
but I found this.
Because like you said, rightfully so. Yeah, we are small market, very, very small, kinda fragmented, very much. But the diaspora is huge, right? That's a lot of numbers, a lot of people, and a lot of potential money. But unfortunately, we have too much leakage. So yeah, we're trying to find ways to like not even have to use these outside platforms. But yeah, in the meantime,
That's gonna
Drop
take
it.
forever.
Drop it in the chat. And
It's
it's
gonna
2026.
it's not
gonna
gonna take forever because we have AI now. That's why
Yeah.
we're doing this build-a-thon.
It's
That's the
no,
whole
listen
point.
to me. It's going to take forever because you have to connect to the banking systems of the world, and they see us as
Or
tier three
bypass them with
countries.
stable coins and just use crypto and don't even bother with banks. Like there's so many solutions, you know?
Yeah,
So
but
yeah,
not
that's what we're working
everybody.
on
Yeah,
because we don't
stay
have the
tuned.
time to wait.
we have a finance call coming up on
Yeah,
Thursday
you
from
should be in that
1
one.
till 3. And we're bringing together the banks, and we're bringing together the payment builders, and there should be fireworks in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be hot, boy.
Now, I know
That'll
there's
be
also
hot.
a lot of red tape when you get a lot of bankers in the same room. So
Yes, sir.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
How do I turn off my
Thanks,
camera?
Jermaine.
No problem.
Thank you, Trey, as always. Thank you.
See, it's good to have people like Tremaine on the calls too, so you can see like how people, like the general public, how they're feeling, how they're thinking, the issues that they're having every day, just trying to be a regular person like everyone else in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Are there any builders or any advisors or anybody on the call who might want to? I see Mark again. I would really love Mark to come online and say a few words about his payment platform. Kisnam, why don't you say a few words? I've just given you the mic, Kisnam.
Mark is gonna be on the finance one,
Yeah, Mark is gonna be on the
just in
finance
case
one.
he's not able to speak tonight. Yeah, because I would
Yeah,
love to hear about it.
Kisnam, I gave you the mic, so you have the mic.
Yes, I
Kisnam.
see you gave me the mic. You've put me on the spot there.
Yeah, tell us what you're building.
Lily, I'm doing so many things right now. Just a quick background about me. In 2001, I was doing a Bachelor's of Science degree in Information Systems and Management with Birkbeck in the UK. And then I was pulled away from that into doing accounting, and I did accounting for many years. And in the last few years, I've come back into information systems, and it's just been exploding for me in terms of ideas. Now, for Future Caribbean, I am in the health track, and I'm building something intriguing there. But I'm also into fintech. For example, I built a mobile point of sale, or pretty much a tap to pay app for Android phones that will accept payments seamlessly. Listening to what was said earlier about the financial situation in the Caribbean, the only problem I have right now is the central banks in the Caribbean suck. They are gatekeepers to no end for the commercial banks and will not allow you 1 foot in the door. From St. Lucia's perspective, we are part of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, and they have launched something called FPS, Fast Payment System, and tried to kind of shift away from the commercial banks, but the movement is so slow there. So Thursday for sure, I'm going to be zoned in, and that's going to be fireworks on Thursday with these finance people and these banks. But that's going to be next level conversation there. But for me, Future Caribbean, for the health track, one of the issues that we have is actually here in St. Lucia, I suspect probably more in the wider Caribbean, medication. A lot of people go to private doctors. These private doctors write up medication prescriptions for you to go to a pharmacy and get a medication. And then maybe subsequently to that, you go to a hospital to get seen for something. They also give you medication. And nobody is tracking these different medications that people are taking. Because oftentimes when you go to a hospital, they will ask you, are you taking anything? But the average person does not remember every single med they're taking. And as we know, meds can conflict with each other. If you take something that's not supposed to be taken as something else, it can cause you a real problem. And as it stands right now, there is nothing flagging the meds that you're taking and raising a conflict to your attending physician. So that's what I'm building right now. I built a full HIS, a health information system. And on top of that, I'm building an agentic layer where it will keep track of every medication that you're taking, whether from a private doctor, from a hospital, from a clinic, from a wellness center, wherever. And what it will do is the most current attending physician, once they prescribe a medication, it'll quickly run through everything that you are currently taking or have been taking. And if there is a conflict, it will flag that and send an email, a notification in the platform, and a WhatsApp message to the attending physician. If the attending physician does not respond within 30 minutes, it'll send a second notification. If they don't respond within a further 30 minutes, is escalated to the medical director and the nurses who are in attendance. Now, this is also happening through a tiered structure where you have a tier 1 item. If it's life-threatening, there'll be no escalation ladder. It'll go directly to somebody who needs to deal with it if the attending physician does not respond, let's say to the WhatsApp message, within a few minutes. Because the WhatsApp message includes a URL link that allows them to log into the system. And the moment they log in, the agentic AI will realize they've logged in and will see what their response is to the issue. If they log in and they fail to give a response, it will escalate it. So it's a constant frame of escalating to make sure that somebody's addressing this issue where some medication was prescribed and it's going to cause harm to somebody somewhere.
Wow. Does this exist in the world already?
No.
Wow. I'm just thinking about this woman who's going through this horrible case about the psychosis, postpartum psychosis, and so much of the testimony has to do with this.
Yes.
That she's misdiagnosed, mismedicated, over-medicated, under-medicated, just the number of mistakes that seem to have been made. I mean, obviously, that's yet to be judged upon. But, I mean, this is just a universal issue that
it's wild. It's really, really wild because when Lily was pitching about Future Caribbean and the fact that we were fragmented, and I was thinking a lot about this, I'm like, it's true. Oftentimes, even here in St. Lucia, we go to see doctors in Barbados, in Trinidad, in Martinique, because maybe there's a better specialist there, and they have very little scope as to what's happening over in St. Lucia. So how do we kind of balance these things out? Because yes, you may come with a medical report, but you might have missed this paper talking about this prescription that you were taking, and there is no place that, people lose information at the end of the day. And when it comes to medication, this is one area we don't want to be playing around too much. So that's what I'm building for this. But I am involved in so many things. I'm launching the new, I am building a new QuickBooks for the Caribbean.
Wow.
And my pièce de résistance, my shining jewel, I am building a new IDE. I must say, Lily, hats off to you. I mean, Future Caribbean has been inspiring me so many things. But my pièce de résistance, my jewel is I'm working on an IDE, an integrated development environment, a tool that is similar to Cursor, if you're familiar with Cursor, but it overrides all of the inherent weaknesses of Cursor. And now that Cursor has been bought by Elon Musk, a lot of people are jumping ship from Cursor and looking for a great tool to do what they need. So I am hoping for next year's Build-a-thon Lily, 2027, that my IDE will be one of these ones sponsoring an IDE for the platform. It's called Teamed, T-E-E-M-D. And I will be sharing more of it in the next couple of weeks as I'm finishing the build.
Sounds like one of the first things you need to do is clone yourself, and then all of these things that incredible things
Well,
that you're doing.
The beauty about it is that with regards, I'm heavy into AI coding, and I have, since my background being accounting and finance, I am very systematic in how I approach things. I'm to level of being almost pedantic about it. And so I built almost like an automated system that allows me to do multiple builds at the same time. And it's actually, this is what I am bringing to this IDE, this kind of systematic approach to building, because when you look out right now, one of the big things that they are commenting about with regards to vibe coders in particular is that they are building with AI, but they don't understand the whole process of building code. They don't understand the process of reviewing your code, of ensuring that you go through a security analysis of your code. They don't understand about hardening your code to ensure you're protecting it from hacking. They
I've
don't
seen.
understand about your databases and ensuring that these databases are secured and cannot be easily get into. So I'm drawing on a lot of my accounting experience, my operations experience, and even I'm going as far back as 2001 when I was involved in studying for information systems design. I'm drawing on all of that to build. And so at this stage, I'll set up a system that allows me to build multiple things. Like as we're speaking right now, I'm working on the IDE. I'm finalizing the accounting software. It's called Compte, after French Creole in Saint Lucia. Compte means to count. And I've already finalized my build for Future Caribbean. I just need to put together the videos and complete the logbook, and I'm done where that is concerned. So in the meantime, I have free time, so I'm building in other areas.
Anya, this is gonna be sweet because this is like your
I
freaking
know. I
forte
think
now.
see where
Like,
my brain, but
so
the
this
reason I was
totally
being,
amazing.
yeah, I was being facetious because I'm a very, very amateur vibe coder, and I think your advice is so sound, because what I've done was I've learned to pass my sort of initial ideas that I've built onto real developers, because I know that I can't do what you just said, and I'm not as necessarily a structured thinker. I'm much more of a creative, so I need to have the kind of complementary support. But I have learned, on my own, that all the work you just described is entirely necessary. It's great for creative people like me to be able to build something and prototype it to the point of functionality that it can be explained in ways that could never, from a cost perspective, time perspective, resource perspective.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
now we
yeah.
can build things and cut out so much of the back and forth, trying to explain, and usability and interface, and but I think what you just said is crucial. And I think not many people can work in your structured way, but for people who think in a very multifaceted way, like this is why what we're doing here is so incredible. It just gives us room to do multiple things at once, but still actually implement it and see it come to pass.
I know, exactly. So I'm so looking forward to finish this tool and put it into the hands of Future Caribbean to test it, break it, and see what's working, what's not working, so that I can fine tune it. And so we have a tool built right here in the Caribbean that helps us take whatever we're building even further.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And look, I want
You're
to
welcome.
challenge you, like, not next year. Like, the time is now. We have to work very hard, right? All
Well,
hours.
Lily, I am working very hard on it.
I
I'll probably share
could
with
tell.
you the build status, and right now there are 10 phases. Okay, going back to my structured way, I've broken it down into 10 phases. I've built for the IDE, and I am on phase 4 right now because it's that large. But hopefully before Future Caribbean ends, I will have something very concrete to share with the group.
Okay, but I mean, in terms of quanta, right? I'm seeing like the future of finance applications and banking. Like, the banking apps in the future are not going to look like what we have right now, right? They're not.
No, certainly not. No,
They're,
not
and
at
they're
all.
also not, and they also might not look like the Revoluts or the Coinbases either. I think they're going to be a lot more. They're going to have a lot more functionality. I could see a future easy, like already. I'm sure that in China, this is how it's done, where you send your invoices straight from your banking platform, like straight from your banking. So the bank can see, oh, we have this receivable coming in. We can lend on that.
Yeah, in
So
Vietnam, it's like that. Like
Game
literally
changer.
everything is one loop.
No, I'm there. I'm right there with you because even I have a registered trademark for the MPOS that I built called Novus Pay, and one of the things I built in there to distinguish me was VAT management. So basically, when you do a transaction, if it's a VATable item, well, in the settings you would set what your VAT rates are, and if it's a VATable item, what it would do is that it would record that in the VAT management system, and at the end of the month, when you want to prepare your VAT returns, all of that information is already captured, and you simply export it, print, email to whatever Inland Revenue Agency done.
Huge. That's a game changer.
But yeah, but you're very right. I mean, I have been studying I was fortunate to have bank accounts with Monzo, Starling, and Revolut, and I've been studying the the way that the apps work. And you are right, there is so much scope for us in the Caribbean to, as it were. I mean, if I had the capital, I would start a neobank, to be honest, because and just disrupt the entire banking sector in the Caribbean because these
We need
guys
to
need to be
talk
shaken up.
Pereira. Well, I'm the same page.
No, it's true. It's the Caribbean is ripe and for us to disrupt the entire banking sector. And once that is loosened up, it means that whether we're looking at the creative industry or the healthcare, every industry moves
All
up once the
services,
banking sector is sorted.
1000%.
Yeah, definitely. So
1000%.
Thursday, man, Thursday, I'm glued in on Thursday because that's gonna be next level. I want to hear the excuses
I'm not
from the
even in
bankers, to be
finance,
honest.
and I'm gonna be there just because I know it is
No,
gonna
I'm
be
telling you, it's
No,
gonna be
but
so much
fireworks.
action.
to his point, we're all affected by it. We don't have to be in it to know, you
No,
know.
it's true. It's crazy.
Yeah, no,
But
finance underpins every layer.
yeah, so I'll be looking forward to that. But I think I've taken up enough of your time, guys. I'm still gonna be listening to you. It's amazing being part of the team, and I look forward to what's gonna happen next with Future Caribbean.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on board and sharing.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys. How we have about 15 minutes left. Is there anybody else that wants to present? Did you see how valuable it is when when everybody presents? It's like a game changer. Isolation is not it. If there's anybody in the crowd who even who
Questions,
might not be
so anything.
pardon.
I'm just saying, anyone has any questions or has any comments?
Yeah. If not, we could speak, Chantal, I mean, both Chantal and Anya, we did podcasts together. And on one of Chantal had a really great clip that went kind of viral. And it was speaking about how we, the large agencies, it's pretty difficult to get a genre out of the Caribbean if we don't produce enough content. If we don't have enough songs coming out, it's difficult to. So what are some, do you have any thoughts on in terms of the music side of things, how to supercharge, how to 10x our productivity and creation in that regard? Do you have, I mean, we've certainly seen
Yeah,
tools
it's
that
just
could help.
because yeah, it's really the fragmentation and just like my brain kind of, I don't know, I just like see patterns, right? And I noticed that, for example, let's say like Jamaica, they've been able to make like a really huge global impact with their music for a number of reasons. One, they probably have like the largest diaspora of any of the islands, but they also have like the biggest population. Like it's so many of them, So we were actually having a discussion in the studio about, like, I was asking some of my fellow songwriters, I was like, and some of them are from Trinidad, St. Vincent, we're all over. And I was like asking about specific artists from Trinidad. Like, I was like, how is it they just be popping out for like 2 3 years killing it and then they just like don't try? It looks to me like I'm like, yo, where is this person? Where is this person? They were so, and they were explaining that in Trinidad, they were like, those guys don't need radio, they don't need internet, bro. Like they have their own corner of their own market in Trinidad where they're always performing, there's always events, they make so much money that they don't really have like they don't care. They're like, I don't need to do any of this stuff. And this is becoming more and more common across the board with artists in general. Once we found the internet and we realized like we can create our own fan base. Same thing if you do fashion, whatever, you don't necessarily have to compete on the world market. You can create your own little fan base of like 2,000, 10,000 people who like love your stuff and sell direct to them. But if we want to make a global impact, we cannot operate in this fragmented way. So Jamaica is able to do it because they have so many people, so many reggae artists that they actually can fulfill the 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 requirements necessary for them to have their own genre in the recording academy, for example. So like the Grammys, right? So without even trying, they will break that quota, like easily every year. There's that many people um submitting for nominations for just reggae alone. Like dancehall just barely just finally like got their own genre. And that's kind of because of the global influence again, like kind of crossing over with Afro beats and other like genres that do have a big global impact and reach, and it's kind of like doing like this. But when it comes to the other genres like soca, you know what I mean, like compa, whatever you want, pick one, they are saying that yeah, just there's just not enough people submitting in these genres for us to give it its own category. So it's either, and we don't want to fall into the thing that happened back in the day where they were just like, if we don't know what to call a thing, we just throw it in world music. Now you got somebody making something like Indian type music, competing with African type genres, competing with whatever. It's too much. Like you can't just stuff everyone into one group. So much so that they had to have the Country Music Awards and the Latin Grammys. They have their own thing. But if we want to be able to get those numbers, then yeah, we're gonna have to come together and actually be able to fulfill these albums and help the artists get there. And that's a big problem because artists don't be having money. How do you put a whole album together? Where are you getting the funding? How are you gonna market this album? How are you gonna get it submitted to the Recording Academy? It's a lot, and we can't do it in a fragmented way. So it's just stuff to think about. Like if anyone that's even on this call has ideas, like how do we bring the whole thing together? But what I can do, I can identify the patterns, like what's broken, what's missing, like what's not working, but I can't solve it all on my own. So we need to find ways, yeah, like machines, pipelines to pull the whole thing together so we can actually get the recognition if we say we want it.
Yeah, if we say we want it. Yeah, you have to
Mhm.
want it. You know, we just did a podcast with E from Africa, and he's like a
Mhm.
triple time unicorn founder. And I was like, what are you looking for in talent, investable talent in 2026? Because like, AI
Mhm.
can create a lot. The world
Mhm.
has changed a lot. He was just like, the founder just has to care, right? That is like the
I care
qualified
so
like
much. Can you give me some of the
it's like
billionaire money? I need funding. I got projects that I need to get out. I swear to God. I just want like one unicorn to be like, hey, I want to make another unicorn. Let's go, Chantel. Let's do it.
Mhm.
right. So that's all you need. Like all you need is that like
Yeah.
care. That and
Burning
he's like, there's
I
a lot of
care
people.
so much. I care the most.
If there was a care radar, we'd all be putting our hands up.
Yeah. Maybe we need a platform for like how like Ethan is doing the talent passport thing. Like we need a care passport, like people who can no, these people really care. And then the investors just pick the people that care the most.
If only that was a QIC, we'd all be getting money. But no, but I
Yeah, we
think
need like a care badge.
A
Like,
care
yeah, I
detector.
care so much. Yeah. What's
I
your
think
care score, your care ranking? Yeah. Where are you on the leaderboard?
Yeah,
I
on the
don't know.
on the scale. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's super important. And
It's
you know,
either that or we just do our own thing like we've been doing. Say like, you know what,
but
they're
then
never gonna
it's like you
recognize
don't
us.
hear.
Let's have the Caribbean Music Awards and
No,
just do our thing.
the caring needs to be the outcome. It's like King Solomon, right? You know King Solomon and the baby, and he was
Yeah.
like, "No, this is my baby," and the other mother's like, "No, this is my baby," and then he was like, "Okay, I
Mhm.
have an idea. I'm just gonna cut the baby in half," and the real mother was like, take him,
Yes.
you can have him, So you have to be yeah, we have to care about having a unified. We have to know that that's the right thing, and no matter what it happens, that's
Yeah.
the outcome that we're looking for. Like
Mhm.
again, another podcast who's like, you have a river, and I see this we see this in finance, we're seeing it in music, we're seeing it across the board. You have a river that's very powerful that can cut through rock, or you can have a quadrillion streams that dry up in the sun. What do you want, right? A quadrillion, just so you can say that I own it, or a river
Yeah.
that can cut through the rock, right?
Yeah.
And like in the music space, I think this is what's happening in that it's so fragmented. We have all these different sounds in all these different islands that it's very hard for those individual sounds to break through globally.
Mhm.
Like and even if we look back on like Bob Marley and these other, you know, he it was very integrated, right? He was inspired by Trinidadians, and the sound that he came up with was
Yeah.
really Caribbean,
He was like
global.
Machel in a way. Like he had like there was like Bajans in his band and around him, Trinidadians, musicians, like the whole, all the musicians around him, the producers. He was like working with like Jackie Opel, people like that, you know what I mean? So yeah, are inspired by. So yeah, like that is a part of his greatness, and including everyone. Like he was recording in London, which means like and performing over there. So now you're including the Jamaican and Caribbean diaspora that's out there, like not just staying in the Caribbean. And a lot of people did criticize Bob Marley in the beginning. They were like, that's not reggae. What is that? What are you even making? And he was like, I'm making music for the whole world. This is what y'all are not. I want to be in Africa. Also saying, I have a message and it needs to reach everyone. And it's not reaching everyone if I just stay in this little corner in Jamaica. Like, so I need to like use like different types of music from other countries, throw it in there, like, and create my own sound. Like no one else's reggae sounds like Bob Marley's reggae. He has his like own brand of reggae, if you get me. You know what I mean? And no one's been able to replicate it or do the same. Even his own, even all the other Marleys, they're like their voice sounds like him, but it's the vibe is it's not connecting in the same way because they didn't build it the same way that he did. He was doing stuff that was like so extraordinary, especially for the time where we don't have no internet, no like email, like how are we connected? You had to get on planes and fly really far or get on a boat for like weeks or whatever to get somewhere and connect with the people. So I feel like, yeah, we need to like do things like think about how did Bob Marley do it, honestly, go back to the roots and then try to bring that into like this new era. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
But at the same time, I think all that is incredible, and I agree that he
Mhm.
is a moonshot example because of
Yeah.
how he went about what he did, and he
Mhm.
himself and all of the rest. But I think why Future Caribbean is so important for the creative industries in particular is that creative success almost always rests around the individual. At the end of the day, even if it's an individual brand within which there's a whole ecosystem that supports, right? But it's still creativity in commerce tends to follow something, that is a monolith, right? However, the parts of the world that have succeeded in the creative industries being economically successful have tremendous infrastructural developments to support the creatives themselves, right? So platforms like even what Ethan is doing, platform development and the use of technology to build more infrastructure for creatives to succeed is really what I think this work is about. Because if without that, you can have any amount of talent. To your point,
agree.
you see an
Yeah.
artist who can pop down because they have to
Mhm.
eat, right? Like
Yeah.
half the time they drop off because they have to find money somewhere else. Almost
They're not,
every
yeah.
creative in this region is doing 3,000 jobs to just pay the
Mhm.
bills and do the work.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like
it's
how do
tough.
you create platforms that support creatives
It's
to make money off of what they do, which
Mhm.
almost always is an infrastructural problem. It's not a talent problem,
No. So
100%.
this is what is very true. Which is why the river, like the metaphor of the river is so important versus the streams. Like the river is life-giving, the stream is not. It doesn't really, like,
Yeah.
nothing lives in a stream. There's no fish that live in the
Mhm.
stream. But and when you look at big conferences and like how VCs work and how Davos works
Mhm.
and how Y Combinator works, is they've been able to create this river of signal, right? The
Mhm.
signal is what supports the talent. If the talent is
Right.
over here creating by himself without the signal of the
Mhm.
collective, it's of no consequence because the art actually is made and the platform is developed through continuous iterations that come from the signal of the collective, right?
Mhm.
And so without that, it's not just like the physical infrastructure, it's literally, and similarly when I spoke about the sound, right? If you have sound that's developing in Dominica in isolation and Antigua in isolation and Barbados in isolation without the collective, you're not going to have a highly sophisticated sound.
Mhm,
Like Bob
mhm,
was able to tap into a big
mhm.
sound in that regard. So
Yeah. I mean,
structure
it's
is
essentially what happened in with Afrobeats, which is not the same as Afrobeat, by the way. But what it ended up happening is that all there was like all these African artists making all this different like unique styles of music to their specific country in Africa or their specific culture or whatever the case is. And people were like, yeah, we like it. We like this. We like that. South Africa's over there doing their thing. They're doing one thing in Ghana, doing something in Nigeria. And then they started to realize, like, wait a minute. Like, again, imagine how big Africa is. And they experience the same issues as the Caribbean when it comes to fragmentation. And then they were like, we cannot sell this. Like, we cannot have like so many different, like you said, we have to build a foundation, kind of tap into all these different sounds and all these different languages and cultures and create something that is palatable across the region, right? And if you get it palatable across the region, think about again how gigantic the African diaspora is. That's so many people. They're all over the place. So if this stuff is, if you can make the people in like 50% of the continent like this one vibe, then chances are it's gonna spread through the diaspora and then go global. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So
Africa
look,
in terms
look
of
at look
music
at
had to figure out, yeah, how
this
to
comment.
fragment.
I think
Mhm.
we're saying different things. I'm not going to claim that we're
Mhm.
saying the same thing. But I think what Dave just put in the chat is a great example as to why Future Caribbean and opportunities like this bridge the two arguments, right? It's all well and good to say we need a signal, but where does the signal come from? How do you aggregate the signal? How do you perpetuate the signal, right? If you have a tool like this, which is a technology platform that then brings people together to collaborate, then you're using the technology to create the signal and the perpetuation of the signal.
Yes.
Makes sense,
Yes.
because somebody has
Yeah.
to signal, and the signal has to
Yeah.
keep happening, right? Our government's not going to do that. We know that for a fact.
Mhm.
We know that there are
Yeah.
governments in the world that insist on a majority local play on their radios. Ours are not going to do
Mhm.
that, right? Like we need policy change. That's not happening tomorrow. So we have to create
Yes.
ways like this platform. Thank you, Dave, for sharing that. That use
Mhm.
technology that is citizen led. That's we come up with ourselves, that force the signal thing to happen and force the aggregation of the direction of industries. It's the same thing in
Yeah.
fashion. How do you describe Caribbean fashion?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
flowy, it's colorful, like it's not any one thing,
Yeah.
but can we aggregate to, like, can we find ways to use the platform dynamics to go global and to the Bob Marley example, create something universally desirable? That is also, I
Mhm.
agree with you, necessary.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me check
Yeah.
out Jack Trip.
yeah, what is Jack Trip? That looks so cool. I lost
Maybe
it now.
Dave wants to say something. I mean, we are slightly over time, but
Yeah,
like
we're
we're on the
just
subject, so
it's
Zoom for me.
Zoom for musicians. But that's what what we're trying to do with this call, right? This is the first one that we're doing, but as we continue to grow, the idea is to be able to attract more musicians from around the region and to have everybody working on platforms and trying to address the issues that we have in music, and
yeah.
both on the
It's
infrastructure
happening slowly, but it needs to be accelerated. That's pretty much what it is. Because we are in a phase of collaboration right now. You do see a lot of collaboration from the different islands, whether it's in clothing design, music, whatever. But
Yeah.
it's too slow. It's
I
too slow.
just want to chime in quickly. And if we could maybe, Chantel and whoever is interested, like on the music side, we have sound stages in Critopia, and it's pretty much like what we're doing now, but we have band room settings that people could join. And I think because again, I've seen it as much as you all have, the fragmentation, and talent is everywhere. I've seen people like with Calpi, for example. When he sent me that first sound, I knew it won't do as well as it did if he released it in Trinidad. And that connection to the Middle East and Dubai Sunni was needed. I literally sent it to a friend to do a remix of the song with no intention of getting it signed. But they loved it so much that he was like, "Is it signed by a label or distribution?" I was like, "Well, no." But the fact that the GM came back and was like, "The whole office loves this song. We want to do a worldwide distribution deal." It's just the opportunity people need. I do karaoke events, not because I'm a singer, but I love hearing new talents that people don't think that they could actually sing, but they're just as good as the Beyoncés in the world. So I think the opportunity part and helping each other amplify these opportunities is also how we could get out there. I mean, people know about the Caribbean, but sadly, I mean, I've been living outside Trinidad for like 18 years, and I still have to refer to Jamaica and Barbados, you know, and that's just life, you know. But I feel united, and this is why I'm loving what Lily's doing. It's like uniting what we have is obviously making us stronger. So yeah, that was just my 2 cents.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
facts.
Thank you so much.
Facts.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Chantal and Anya, for bringing everything, all the value and content and vibe tonight. And I really appreciate you coming on and pushing through for this full 2 hours. It was epic. You guys who are listening, you presented some really awesome content and products, which is so great. So thank you for sharing. And we look forward to next time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Lily.
Thank
you, everyone.
you.
Bye.
Bye.